Hey guys, it's Haunted House here, and today we're going to do something that a lot of you have asked for, something I've never done on this channel. We are going to be doing a locker reveal or locker review. Basically, I'm just going to show you guys everything I have unlocked, and we can kind of look at the outfits that I have saved, what I like to wear, and just all the different things I've kind of accumulated on my account so far. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. So longtime viewers of the channel know that I usually use the Michael Myers skin for my default skin. It's kind of my go-to on the channel. Fun fact, I actually purchased this skin in-game before I ever even played Fortnite. As you can probably guess by my channel name, I'm a huge horror movie fan, and I'm a very big fan of the Halloween franchise specifically. I'm a simple man, you know, if you have Michael Myers in your game, I'm going to play it. So I have Michael Myers unlocked in this game. I also have him unlocked in Call of Duty, but that was what initially got me to download Fortnite in the first place, even though it would be a long time before I actually played the game. I think the best way for me to kind of go through this will be to go through my saved characters. So we're going to start with that, and then I'll give you guys a quick overview of all of my skins I have unlocked. This is my main bread and butter, of course, Michael Myers. Like I said, I like to use that for any live events I can capture, and just in general, it's a fun one for me to go to. Some other behind-the-scenes magic, I have both the OG and BR. This is for main BR, this is for when I'm playing OG. Whenever I'm making a video, I like to kind of switch up the skin I'm using for that play session, just to keep things kind of varied for you guys as viewers. So for main Battle Royale, I've been slowly working my way through each character on the Battle Pass every time I sit down to record a chunk of games for background footage. Right now we're up to Carter, we're going to continue on past that with Karina here in the next video, but that's the most recent one I have saved. And the same concept on this side for when I did the OG videos. Whenever I would record chunks of gameplay footage for that, I would switch to whichever skin and try to just keep things varied and exciting as we continued those stories. So that's a little YouTube magic behind the scenes. We also have Fish Stick. I'm a big fan of this guy. Even before I played the game, I thought his design was just so like goofy but charming. It's iconic to me. It just screams Fortnite. So of course I've got him. We got the little sharkies on our feet, you know, gotta kind of keep it fresh. And we have the sushi roll on our back here. And for some reason, I have him flying in on the Nimbus cloud. I think at the time I didn't really have anything that kind of fit with the theme of the fish character. So I just kind of went with that. And I thought it was kind of funny to have him holding a green onion. So that's where we're at with that. Next up, Godzilla. As you guys know, I started playing in Chapter 6, Season 1, so Godzilla was the big collab for that one. And honestly, I was just kind of amazed that he was even in the game. It seemed so bizarre to me. So, you know, I just had to unlock that and kind of keep that on deck just in case, because it is, I mean, Godzilla, he's the king of monsters, you know? And, you know, he's gonna wear some Air Jordans because, why not? I'm not really a huge fan of kicks, even though I have a few pairs, but I think that these are just hilarious on Godzilla specifically, just because they look so big and goofy, but maybe that's just me. Next up, we have Cat. This is one I also used for a video. This was just a bundle that was in the store, and I thought it was kind of fun. At the time, I remember I was trying to record Fortnite OG and just having a terrible time. I was in a really bad slump, and I bought this with some leftover V-Bucks I had just to, you know, kind of have a little fun, you know, switch things up. So it works out. And of course, she's got the Nimbus Cloud because that was my recent purchase at the time when I picked her up. So next we have the Administrator. This is kind of a cool skin. I definitely dig it. It's very cyberpunk. I'm a big fan of that. I actually have the cyberpunk bundle too. Now that I think about it, I probably should try and match some of those items up with her. But yeah, I thought this was a cool skin. I've just got kind of the stuff that came with the bundle for her. For the glider, this I thought was kind of cool and fit the theme a little bit, and we have the synth drop, of course. Just kind of going for that purple teal aesthetic, you know, trying to tie everything together. Next, we got my boy from Lawless, Skillet. I really like this skin. I honestly wish it was part of the Battle Pass just because I feel like he's so iconic, but you know, I was able to get him. Sometimes I rock him with the safety goggles on, sometimes off. I mean, just look at that face. That's a face that only a mother and a haunted house could love, I guess. This is kind of my little snapshot of Lawless. Whenever I'm nostalgic for that season, I just kind of go back with this skin, and, you know, we have to have some explosions for him as he's dropping in. I thought that was kind of fitting. Next up, this one was a big nostalgia thing for me. I was a big fan of The Undertaker back in the day. I still watch wrestling now, which is ironic because when I was a really big fan of it a long time ago, I actually wasn't allowed to watch it at my house. My mom and dad were not into wrestling, but regardless, the dead man just kind of always spoke to me. Maybe it was just the obsession with creepy things. So being able to play as The Undertaker, iconic. Of course, he's got his urn on his back. He's got a shuffle, which I guess works. And this is just the default Brella. I was just looking for something that kind of went with him, but we've got the Wraith's Shadow, you know. You gotta have the darkness for the Undertaker. Our next skin is Kate Meowdy. I just thought this skin was cool. I like her aesthetic a lot. I like the ponytail and I like the tattoos. I'm not usually a fan of the anthropomorphized animal skins, but I thought this one was pretty cool, so I picked it up. She's got her kitty backpack and, of course, her tools, and then, you know, my default, just the Nimbus Cloud. If I don't know what to give somebody for their glider, that's what they got. I also like defaulting to the Baymax boosters for my contrail because I just think it's funny that they're rocket booting into the island. I don't know. Something about that's just hilarious to me. So we also have the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn himself. I'm a big fan of the Green Goblin. I also played a goblin when I was dabbling in World of Warcraft for a little while. So, you know, goblins are pretty cool in my mind. He's just got kind of his default stuff that he came with in terms of the Goblin Glider and the Pumpkin Bombs, but I also gave him the Shang Tsung Soul Drop. I thought that was kind of fitting for him. You know, green energy. It works out, I guess. We also picked up the Skull Droid. I thought this was a really cool skin. For a little while there, I was kind of debating just making this my default, but, you know, I have a big love for Michael Myers, so I'll probably stick with him, but this one is really cool as well. Combines the spookiness with the high-tech kind of style, and I just thought it was really cool. I like the coloration, I like how it sticks out. I gave him the OXR Umbrella because at the time that was the season that I was playing, and then just this cool wireframe faller contrail. Very fitting. Yeah, this is one I still use every once in a while, like if I hop into Blitz or Reload and I just want to kill some time, I might throw this one on because I think he's pretty cool. We also have Noodle saved, same kind of thing as the Skull Droid. If I need to drop into Blitz or into Reload just to warm up before a recording session, sometimes I'll throw this skin on. I was a huge fan of Gorillas growing up, and yeah, I thought that this collab was really cool. I also thought the Wings of Mist kind of fit with her. I don't know, maybe it kind of clashes now that I'm looking at it. And originally I had Murdoch saved as well, but I had to save over his save slot just to make room for other people, so yeah. Next up we have, of course, Ghostface. I'm a big fan of the Scream films as well, so seeing Ghostface added to the game with Fortnitemares was a dream come true for me. I'm pretty much going to pick up any of the big horror movie crossovers for the most part if I'm a big fan of the series. I also have Billy the Puppet unlocked. And I didn't unlock Leatherface, but next time he comes around, I probably will. This was the most fitting umbrella that I could find for him, just kind of, you know, some skulls and skeleton stuff. And of course, he had the Wraith's Shadow contrail as well. That's kind of my go-to for all these spooky, scary characters, but yeah, I'm really happy to have him in the game, to be honest with you. Our next one is one I haven't actually gotten a chance to use in any recordings that have survived, but I picked up the Mothman bundle. I really enjoyed this outfit, and, you know, Mothman is one of my favorite cryptids, I guess, so I thought it was a cool one to pick up. I also really like how he kind of has like these little lines. He's got his own vibe to him that makes him kind of mysterious, almost like he's hard to see or look at. I just think it gives the skin some unique character to it, so I really like that as well. He's got that on the wings. And of course, he's got his little cryptid claws, which, you know, come in handy for other skins as well. I know I've used this particular pickaxe a few times. I gave him Red Robin's wings for dropping in, just because that was the closest thing to just letting Mothman fly into the map, and then had to, you know, give him the Jordans. I thought those were pretty fitting, and it just kind of made me laugh, so why not? And of course, Wraith's Shadow Contrail, because, you know, I'm predictable. What can I say? Gotta take a little sip of your water. Another skin that I picked up that I didn't actually end up using for a video was, of course, Spice. As soon as Fortnitemares started revealing their skins, I saw this one and I thought it was pretty cool. I'm a fan of the cat skins because my wife is a big fan of cats. I'm unfortunately allergic to them, so we don't have a cat. We actually just have a Chinese crested dog. But still, maybe I'm just a sap, but, you know, cats in games remind me of my wife, so I like playing with cat characters or characters who enjoy cats, whatever that may be. I just thought Spice was a kind of a cool Halloween-themed skin to add, and I didn't actually end up using her for a Fortnitemares video, but I'll probably end up using her in the future, to be honest with you. I'm using her back bling and pickaxe that she came with, and then the Blitzbrella I thought was kind of thematically fitting. It also dropped around the same time that Spice came out. I have Phase Dropper on here, and I don't remember why. I think maybe just because it's a full moon contrail, and I thought that was kind of spooky and fitting and wanted to switch it up a little bit. But, I mean, it works. It kind of clashes a little bit with the skin, but I dig it. And then last but not least, saved under Spoopy, we have Crown. This is my most recent purchase in the item shop, using, of course, creator code Haunted House to help support the channel at no extra cost. Hashtag ad, hashtag EpicPartner, and all that stuff. But Crown I thought was a really cool skin. She's got that kind of goth girl aesthetic, and I like the hood. I thought I could do some really cool things with it. And I'm kind of a big fan of the color combination, to be honest with you. Kind of the white, gray, black, and it gives me little shades of blue too, so that kind of informed my choice of having the Saw back bling. I just thought it was kind of fitting for her. I tried a few different ones, but that's what I went to. Ghostface's hunting knife. I've swapped it between a few different things, but this is kind of where we're at right now. And then the little Skella glider I thought worked pretty well for her with, of course, the Wraith's Shadow. So those are all of my saved characters, if that's what you guys are interested in. Real quick, I wanted to take some time just to say thank you guys so much. I've only been playing Fortnite for a little over a year, but I've had a great time, and a big part of the reason why is the people I get to interact with through these videos. I love having conversations with you guys. I love hearing about your experience playing the game. So make sure to let me know in the comments down below what your favorite outfit is. What do you guys like to use? Real briefly, I want to go over the other outfits I have available. Oh, hold on there, partner. I'm not sure why I did a cowboy voice there, but this is Editing House from the future. For the rest of this video, I wanted to go over at least the skins that I have for my different characters. Fortnite has so many cosmetics like pickaxes, back blings, the trails, the gliders, there's just so many. It wouldn't be realistic for me to go over everything in this video, and it was already going on long enough, so I just briefly wanted to touch on each of the skins and outfits that I had in my locker, but as it turns out, me briefly touching on each of the skins I had added an additional 45 minutes to this video. That was hellacious for me. My voice was giving out by the end, and when I sat back and watched it after editing it, I was like, this is not good. It's not entertaining. So hopefully in the background we have a quick montage of all the skins that I have unlocked. For those of you that have kept up with my Battle Pass review videos, you know my thoughts on the majority of these skins. For things like the Crew Pass, I think that those skins are pretty cool overall. I do wish that they were a little more customizable though, with the different variants you unlocked. For those of you that don't know, you get a different variation for every month that you have the Crew Pass unlocked, and I think that is cool, but a lot of them feel like just a coat of paint slapped over the skin, so I wish it kind of changed things a little bit more than that, but I understand they're a little limited with those. Another big thing was the skins that I unlocked that I didn't really even remember unlocking, mostly the Music Pass skins. In my opinion, a lot of those skins are pretty forgettable. They're pretty simple and basic. I'm sure that there are fans of each one out there, but I kind of tend to forget that I even have them available to me, and yeah, I never really go out of my way to use them. I apologize to those of you who wanted to get my in-depth thoughts on each and every one of the skins that I had, but I just don't want this locker review reveal to be a pain for people to watch or be super boring or be over an hour long. I just feel like that would be torture, so hopefully this is a decent compromise. Overall, though, I have to say I really enjoy the cosmetics in Fortnite. I like the way that they design a lot of these, and I think that for the most part, if you find a skin that you like and you're not breaking the bank to pick it up, it's a pretty decent investment. Epic Games, as much flack as we give them, does put a lot of love and care into the game, so I don't mind giving them a few extra bucks that I have laying around if they're making skins that are of interest to me. Of course, you have to decide for yourself if you want to purchase skins. If you just want to play the game and play it for free, that's totally understandable and totally doable. I think that the game is still a lot of fun either way. But for those of you who are interested in going above and beyond and getting some premium bundles or subscribing to the Crew Pass, I personally think that the Crew Pass is one of the best deals in terms of microtransactions in modern gaming. I think that the options on offer from Fortnite are great. I think that they're all pretty good. Sure, things could be a little bit cheaper and I would be happier, but I understand that their pricing is pretty much the average for most games. But those are my thoughts. Like I said, don't forget to tell me what your favorite outfit is to use in the comments below. And while you're down there, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all our future videos and find your way back here. Make sure to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and hype it up if you can. I'm Haunted House, and as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Make sure to eat well, stay hydrated, take care of yourself and those around you, and I'll see you in the next one, friends.